Have you noticed? For you, it's a question of economy. Where do you buy hay in the city? Enough for a mattress?
The gist is interesting, the way that we used text.
Enough to lie down?
The actual poem is very sparse. The text has its own imagery, it has its own rhythm, and the dance movement has its own imagery and rhythm. And every now and then there's an intersection.
An evening long past.
They heighten each other. I use it to sort of explode the imagery. It lets you know clearly where the relationship is. This relationship is older and it's probably ending, which might have taken a very long time to show you in dance. And so I think placing it suddenly there, the first word is midnight. Boom, there we are in the middle of the night. Obviously something's wrong. It locates us. That's important.
Why are we eating so late?
Relationships always seem to have some kind of role in the work that I make. I find that so interesting, the impact that people have on one another or have on whole groups of people. Because we all see relationships, we all see how we fit in the world and how we respond to other people very differently. Shapiro and Smith dance is ever-changing. At first, it was this dream that Danny and I had. We wanted to choreograph. We found somehow together that we could make things. The first dances were duets. And then the possibilities got too small. So then we expanded and we got more company members. That was a whole amazing thing to have all these different voices then, not just Danny's and mine. It was like going from a string quartet to an orchestra. The relationships, the structures, the harmonies, the dissonance, everything became so much more complex, which was exciting. To have and to hold bench. Danny and I made it in 1989. We had just returned to New York from a year in Finland. Everything had changed. It was the time of AIDS. It just seemed that so many things were different. It seemed that we couldn't hang on to anything. So we suddenly started thinking about making a work where people were waiting. We thought of 3 unfinished wood benches. And as we started sort of playing with these benches, we got into sliding across them. And that made sense to us in the imagery because it was sort of like life sliding by and trying to hang on to something and you couldn't.
And it starts out with a feeling of high energy and the desire as a youthful person might to best something and to conquer the world and to pair up, to find a partner. And by the end of the dance, we find the dancers letting these partners that they've found go. So the journey from not a care in the world to having to let someone go forever.
It's about the persistence of memory. The people beneath the bench reach up and are touching the person above. To me, that image was like when someone died, there you are, and you suddenly smell a piece of their clothing. The memories come back. Danny and I could never figure out why bench works so well. 600 dancers have performed it. So many companies, so many schools have asked us to restage it. It seems to still resonate for people. Danny added, for those we have loved and lost but not forgotten, because so many people had died of AIDS. Little did we know it would ultimately serve for him. Danny died in 2006, in October. He died of cancer. He was diagnosed at age 44. Because he fought, he managed to stay with us until he was 48. During that time, He choreographed and toured, and he fully intended to perform that November, but he left us instead. We did dance bench at his memorial at the Joyce. Whew, that was tough. Oh, yeah. My relationship with the dancers has really changed since Danny died. I found it really difficult to just be by myself, making decisions, searching for imagery. So I have more and more been inviting the dancers to participate in that process.
The height of that energy, where you might go next. It's an improvisation.
She sees our unique strengths and the things that really challenge us, and she always strives to show us in our best light or in a light that challenges us,
It's fantastic.
which is a gift as an artist working for a choreographer.
What was so great is it just was like so smooth coming down.
They enjoy that a lot. They really enjoy contributing. Sometimes they improvise, sometimes they bring in something that they say, oh, look at this, isn't this an interesting idea? I love that there's the excitement and the energy in the room. We also have regular guests all the time. This year, Sally Roos will be guesting with us. We've had Judith Howard, Aaron Thompson. That's an interesting way to sort of expand who the company is, to bring in these very particular voices.
We want to kind of smooth through there.
Yeah.
We're interested in finding the unique gesture. If I actually pay attention to the weight and the time and the shape of my hand, and if I add to that the effort of it, now I'm dancing. And it's different than just this gesture, because I paid attention to time, shape, space, force, energy, and that's what dance does. And it's just with that consciousness, because I'm paying attention to the motion. The emotion is it.